Bad news, I didn't get to travel for the fourth week of the season. Good news, we still have a few highlights to show off from the Cedartown at Calhoun game, courtesy of WGAA, and the Rockmart at Dalton game, thanks to Brandon Brown Productions. We'll delve into how Week 4 went for our local teams and take a look at the area scoreboard in just a moment. I'm Kevin, the editor, back in a flash. Hey, sports fans, if you're looking to support local news and sports content through every season, consider signing up now for Polk Today and Polk Sports Wire as a bundle for $8.99 a month. We've got this bundle special going on right now through the end of October, so go check it out and get access to both sites at a discounted price. We thank our local supporters and sponsors for making content like our weekly highlights show available to everyone here on YouTube, Polk Sports Wire, and elsewhere. Our friends over at WGAA shared this historic trip to Calhoun for the fourth week of the regular season as Cedartown looked to stay undefeated and Calhoun hosted for homecoming night. Turns out that was a big mistake for the Jackets. First series of the game for Calhoun, Cedartown comes up with a huge stop thanks to Eli Barrow making this sack on quarterback Trey Townsend. Big play for Eli Barrow. Cedartown's possession, Reese Tanner keeps it and reminds everyone why he is the boss on the field. Tanner goes 67 yards and gets the Bulldogs within scoring range, but Cedartown came up short with a missed field goal. Still scoreless in the first quarter. Fast forward after a Cedartown possession that came up short, Bulldogs come up big. Xavier Hargrove grabs an interception at the Bulldog 12, making the stop on what would have been a Calhoun scoring drive. Big play for Hargrove, one of the latest for him this season. Let's keep this one moving down the field. Cedartown driving, and the Bulldogs finally found the end zone in the second quarter thanks to the big play from Hargrove. Reese Tanner under center. He gets a huge pass play up to Drew Ledbetter to get Cedartown on the scoreboard. 7-0 Bulldogs after the PAT. This one went for 80 yards, folks. The turnovers hurt the Jackets big time on Friday night, and wow, just wow. Bulldogs Tay Harris got the second pick of the night before halftime. What a huge play that was, and second week in a row that Harris has gotten interception. Wow, 2 weeks in a row, man. That is just great. Cedartown stays on top through the first half, 7-0. Third quarter, Bulldogs driving, and look at Juice going in for 6. Big play for the Bulldogs to take a 14-0 lead after the PAT. Take a knee, Patrick Gardner. You continue to be golden in the backfield. Ooh, Calhoun, well, they just couldn't help themselves. Jackets ball, fourth quarter, and Mr. Bulldog Cornell Medlin grabs the pick and gains yards after the turnover before he is brought down by the Calhoun offense. Great job, Cornell. Getting late in the game, Calhoun finally gets on the board, but look at the way Cedartown comes back down the field, and Tanner connects with Harlem Diamond for a huge touchdown play. That is the straw that broke the camel's back for the Jackets. They fall to the Bulldogs 21-7 and spoiled homecoming night at Calhoun High School. Cedartown put up 429 yards of offense against Calhoun, but most notably, the refs got involved in a late fourth quarter drive that was finally snuffed out with seconds left on the clock and kept Calhoun from scoring again. For reference, Cedartown and Calhoun have played 3 times in the past few years, but before 2020, the last time they met was 1985, and that was the last time the Bulldogs won against the Jackets. What a huge night for Cedartown. Bulldogs advanced to 4-0. They are off this coming week. They are back on the field on September 23rd. Staying on the road for our next game, and one that we're glad to have highlights for since we couldn't make the drive for what would have been our game of the week. Rockmart at Dalton. First time the Jackets and the Catamounts have played since 1979, and this one got crazy fast. Thanks to Brandon Brown Productions LLC for sharing highlights from the DaltonToday.com live stream. We think great minds think alike for sure, by the way. So just a few plays to enjoy from this game too. Kicking off, Jackets were down 7-0 early, but got in their stride on offense without much pushback from Dalton's defense. First quarter, JoJo Haynes from the 40 puts up a huge touchdown to tie the game early. Ensuing drive, Davis fumbled going for a touchdown, and Dalton got the recovery. But next play, watch out, Jackets defense. They force a fumble of their own, and Bobby High scoops and scores 4-6 to put Rockmart in the lead, 14-0 after the PAT. Fast forward a lot in the second quarter, Jackets ball, and the game is tied right before halftime. Brent Washington powers in from 4 yards out to take the lead into halftime again. Rockmart 28-21 after the PAT. Okay, third quarter, JoJo Haynes gets the handoff from the 38 and goes in for his second big touchdown of the night. He'd end up with one more before the game was over. Watch out for that one in just a moment. Jackets up 35-21. Still third quarter, not long after J.D. Davis, who scored twice from the ground on his own, connects with Dennis Sims for a huge touchdown pass. Rockmart up 49-28 after that one. Final clip from Brandon Brown Productions, and again, thanks a lot for sharing. Haynes gets a handoff from the 5 yards out and goes in for one last touchdown in the corner on the night. Scoreboard ends the night at 63-42 after Dalton scored one more time. Big win for Rockmart, who moves to 2-1 on the season and is back home this coming Friday night. They'll be hosting Irwin Irwin County, then a bye week before opening region play against Model on September 30th. Of note, by the way, just remember, when you subscribe to Polk Today or Polk Sports Wire, it helps fund trips like these and things like car maintenance so I can keep up with games from the sidelines and not at home. Just saying, folks, support your local news creators. We do a lot for you. All right, enough with the self-promotion. Let's jump right into this week's area scoreboard. Lots of big games to cover from Week 4 matchups and little time to spare. Working north to south this week, we're going to start with Heritage Catoosa at Ridgeland. Generals dominate in a 35-7 win. 7-4A is likely a battle between Cedartown, Northwest Whitfield, and Heritage this year. Watch and wait. Ringgold shuts out Gilmer 27-0 at home. Big bounce-back win for the Tigers this week. Lafayette 34, Sonoraville 20. Phoenix flamed out after a win over Dalton. Look for the Ramblers to keep on rambling. Northwest 35, North Murray 14. Not surprised there. A Thursday matchup, Coalo Creek 35-0 over Chattooga. Our thoughts still go out with the Somerville and Tryon area after flooding impacted them. Help out if you can up there. Speaking of Tryon, they won huge on Friday night, 57-0. Poor Gordon Central, they aren't having a good rest of their season at this point. Don't expect much more from the Warriors. Union County 42, Armurchie 10. The Indians run early, might be coming to a close. Hopefully the tribe gets it together next week. Let me know what you think in the comments. Rome squeaks out a 30-28 win over Pebblebrook. Surprised at this score, but not the outcome. Expect the Wolves to continue to dominate after the Carrollton loss, but maybe not with the runaway victories every game. Pepperell wins big at home, 28-0, getting the shutout over the Woodland Wildcats. Dragons needed that win. Shocker over in Paulding. North Paulding wins by 2 TDs, 49-35 over South Paulding. Spartans played Carrollton to a 7-point loss and looked dang good in the process. What happened this week, South Paulding? Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Here's one that I bet Hiram fans are liking a lot. Hornets 55, Morrow 28. Just wow. Paulding County 41, East Paulding 21. Big win for the Patriots. Adairsville 29, Cass 12. Ain't got much to say about that one. Cartersville 42, Columbia 0. Expected result as Cartersville blows away the competition once again. No surprise in that outcome. Mary Persons 38, Harrelson 17. Ouch. My pregame picks from WGAA suffered this week for sure with this loss. A couple more to round out the week. Temple fell to Lumpkin County by a TD 27-20. Last two, Carrollton remains perfect after a 52-0 drubbing at Villarica. And look at this Central Carroll score, 61-40 over McIntosh. Okay, sports fans, that wraps it up for this week. Bulldogs are finally off this coming Friday night. We'll be on the sidelines with the Rockmart Yellow Jackets for Week 5. Fingers crossed, assuming we have the Jeep back in service. Y'all have a great weekend and enjoy Week 2 of college football and Week 1 of the NFL season. War Eagle, go Dogs, go Falcons. We love you. I'm Kevin, the editor. Thanks for watching these Week 4 highlights with us on Polk Sports Wire.